Okay, we're doing this. Okay, cool. So, hey guys, I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. I haven't made an actual vlog. I tried a couple of times, but the thing is just technical glitches, like I did not push the fucking button, or I did not had enough space on my iPhone because I am doing this from my iPhone right now. And so yeah. Anyway, back from holidays, Christmas holidays, I am sitting in a co-working space because I could not work anymore from my apartment because I do have a toddler that is very loud and the walls are very thin. And so it was really becoming really hard to focus and to concentrate and also to record and doing live session and stuff was becoming like completely unrealistic to maintain a certain level of quality. So I've decided to just pay a little rent and get myself into this co-working space, which is pretty cool. I might show you around later because I am just by myself this afternoon, which is probably the first time. It's the end of the week, so probably people are already off. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just really temporary. It's temporary because it's just I'm starting to start renovating my house next week. So meaning I'll destroy everything, the walls and everything, and start rebuilding the thing. Meaning kitchens, bathroom, and the studio. That's the most exciting part for me. I'm sure my wife wouldn't like to hear me to say that, but I have to admit, building the studio is always super fun, and it's going to be the biggest studio so far that I had. Like it's going to be maybe I don't know, I'm not sure just yet about the square foot, but it's going to be probably 40 kind of 15 meters square, something like that. Probably super cool, and this is my house. I'm the actual the owner. It's going to be the first time I actually live in the place that I own. So that's pretty cool, and that's a house. So it's going to be also the first time I live in an actual house instead of an apartment. So a bunch of things are happening there. I was feeling kind of shitty back when I was in holiday, Christmas holiday. I never really liked those kind of break because it feels like everything just kind of stops, or on hold. And even if you don't want to, if you're not in the mood of stopping, you really want to build something and you want to, yeah, you want to keep moving on. And no, you cannot. You're just kind of taking hostage by the world and the vacation and Christmas and everything. So yeah, so that happened, and I was kind of losing momentum with Animator Now. The community was pretty quiet, and but so I was kind of feeling a little bit shitty about this thing. I'd set up the goals of for 2026 of replacing my freelance income with Animator Now in 2026. That is my goal. I have absolutely no clue if I'm going to make it, and I gotta be honest, I didn't know how. Unless I mean, just creating content, creating courses, and bringing people inside the community. But I don't know. It was feeling like super slow, and I had to record the whole thing. I mean, in plus, being in the apartment and not in the great setup. I know you're not supposed to wait for the setup to be perfect or for you to be ready to do things, which I'm not waiting for. But sometimes you just need a little bit of help from the cosmos or universe, whatever, to say, yeah, just go ahead and it'd be nice. Well, the cosmos and the universe didn't fucking help, but my mastermind did. And that's the beauty of being in a mastermind group, is that people are actually aware of where you are in your entrepreneurship adventure, and they're here for the low and for the high. And so I was in a bad low, and they're just like remind me of the vision, because the thing is, you have a vision, you start to build, but at some point you're gonna lose some vision. You're gonna just almost like forget why you're doing what you're doing because you're just so buried under so many tasks, so many things to build, so many things to write and to build and everything. So you're kind of losing it, and yeah, so you just start to feel like weird and not knowing where you go. And so they reminded me that what we were doing here was the ultimate dream for us, which is building a business where you that will create the freedom you have in your life, you know. And that what we're doing. We like to call these things tiny experiments. That's the thing we came up with in our mastermind group. Tiny experiments. I love the idea of this thing. We call this like that because it's something that we try things. Basically, we don't have a playbook for everything we do. We try things and we just like measure and we just say it's good or bad, and then we move on to another experiment. And they're tiny because they're not taking a long time to set up and they're not taking a long time to happen. We don't wait 6 months to see the result of the experiment. So that's the beauty of this thing. And so I was going for I was about to create my freelancing for animator course, and I was ready to shoot the thing like in my bedroom in a very bad lighting, very bad setup, very bad everything. But I was going to do it anyway because at some point you need to do it. And so they told me, wow, you should do it live because the cool thing about having a community and doing something like that, instead of people having to wait for you to record the whole thing, uh, you could do it live and you could get like instant feedback and like shape the product, shape the actual course and make it better as you go. And then you have this kind of a product that will probably and definitely answer more questions that people might have in their mind. So I thought that's a great idea. That's a kind of what we call a cohort, right? Or yeah, it's a cohort. And but I always knew about the cohort being like a, wouldn't say a business model, but something that you can create. Instead of a course, you create a cohort. And but I was never like really. I think I was kind of intimidated by the fact that you just log in into a room and you have a bunch of people showing up on your screen and you have to drive a session there, which I do all the time when I'm in the classroom in brick and mortar school. And somehow it's easier, you know. And so I started thinking about this cohort thing and starting to create this kind of a launch thing, which I'm right in the middle of it right now. And so yesterday I did this kickoff session for freelancing for animators cohort. It's a 12 people cohort. I didn't want to have too many peoples in there. It's $450 for 12 weeks. We go over 12 module, and we basically, once you get in there, you go from I don't know where to start my freelance business to I am successful, I'm going to launch my freelance business like confidently, and there you go, and you're just ready to go and ready to take off. So that's really the thing. And I go through everything you need to know to launch your freelance business, whether it's contract, legal, project management, pricing, quoting, so many things, production pipeline, whatever. I mean, you can, it's really 25 years of experience doing all the freaking mistakes that I did in the past and packing them up in one huge cohort where I just like blurb everything to you guys, and you have this amazing knowledge, in front of you to help you basically accelerate your growth and into building a thriving and a long-lasting business. So that's really the cool part about this. And the more I'm getting into this cohort kind of a model, the more I kind of liking it, And so yesterday I was kind of nervous because I had a couple of technical glitches before we actually launched the meeting. But the truth is, 5 minutes later, I was in the flow. I was presenting the whole damn thing. It was so great, and I was so fired up. It took me hours to get back down, and get calm again. And yeah, I mean, that was just amazing. So we're gonna keep doing this cohort thing. I think, no, I'm sure this is gonna stay. not gonna, it's going to stay a cohort. It might transfer into a course, at some point, but it's not going to cancel the cohort. It's going to live. The cohort is going to stay there, and probably I'm going to do multiple time this cohort during the year, because I can do it. It's 12 weeks. I can have two, three, four groups at the same times running. And the cool part about that is just these are tiny groups, so they don't like cannibalize themselves. There's not too much people in there, so I can really be with each one of these person in this thing, and we can just dive into your business, into your problem, into everything that just maybe you already started doing freelance business, and maybe you're kind of stuck with I don't know, pricing. Maybe you cannot, you're not succeeding in getting paid the right amount of money for the work you're putting in. So that is something we can work on, and that's the cool part about this is that we're diving in together into this, and we're going to make you successful in your freelance business. So that's the really cool idea, because I've been doing this for a very long time, been doing this for, gosh, 15 years for motion design and animation, 25 years, for my whole career, because I started before animation. I was already a web designer, art director, and then I moved on to animation and motion design. But yes, I mean, it's around 400 plus films production, 500 plus students in schools also, and probably yes, 150 plus clients. It's a lot of, I mean, I did a lot of these things, and so yeah, I thought it would be nice to share that. And the courts thing is just, I'm starting to really liking it. So yeah, that's the big news these days. Sorry, I haven't gives much news lately, but yeah, we moved back to Marseille just for the vacation. We came back, and our toddler is sleeping well. That's the beauty of these days. We have full nights. That's really perfect. Touch wood. I hope it's going to stay like that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm having a blast writing the Animation Sunday as well. The one I wrote this morning was just terrific. Just check it out if you want to check it out. If you're not subscribed to this, www.theanimationsunday.com, or on my LinkedIn profile, you can find everything. And you'll have, it's a 2018 short film that I'm presenting on this Sunday. If you want to check it out, it's a beautiful film. Yeah, and there's plenty of things that you can read there in there. I receive not every day, but pretty often messages from people who loves to read that thing, which is to me kind of sick, because it's just very personal. I mean, it feels like this newsletter almost turned into some kind of a personal diary, and somehow people keep reading it. I have an incredible opening rate, which is, I mean, like really high compared to the average, newsletter kind of open rate, which is like 20 or 24 or something. I'm over 50, over 50%. So I am blessed with this, and so yeah, I'll keep doing this thing, and but I am enjoying every week just. Yeah, getting into my bubble, picking the great short films and closing everything around me, and just focusing on the film. And I already have the one for next week, and it's the one that got just nominated for an Oscar. So it's a French one, and it's a great one. But anyway, no spoiler. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to do more vlogs. Yeah, especially when I start, when I'm going to be starting like renovating my house and building the studio. I always thought, I love watching those videos on YouTube where, they're when sorry, I was checking if it was actually recording. I had so many technical glitches these days. I'm just freaking the fuck out. So yeah, I always love seeing renovation things, and where people build something and you can see the time lapse or something like that. But it's just like, I don't like to do it because I like to be in the moment, and so I like to be in the moment, and so I'm gonna just try to do it anyway. Put my phone somewhere and just start showing you everything, and try to make it a little bit more interesting than just my fucking face talking to you in the cubicle. So thank you very much for watching this and for showing up on LinkedIn, on the lives, on everywhere. That is, thanks for reading the newsletter and for being part of Animator Now. I really loved it. I mean, I think I saw that I bought the domain name 2 years ago, so somehow it exists since, I mean, for 2 years, but it's not like we launched the community just 3 months ago. So it's almost already again. I mean, we were only in the early days, so it's just the beginning of the adventure, and I am excited as the first day. So this is really really amazing. So thank you very much, and I'm gonna cut this up from here because I'm recording on the computer. And so yeah, thank you very much, guys, and talk to you real soon. I promise I'll do more of these. Thank you.